homicides over a very high 2020. Chicago's increase was 5%. LA suffered a 13% rise in killings. New York City is hanging high hopes on its new mayor, Eric Adams, after a disastrous run with Bill de Blasio.
Yes, I'm at Broadway in Kosciuszko, and I have an assault in progress of 3 males. Yes. I'm sorry?
First day on the job.
No, assault in progress, not past assault. They are fighting each other.
Hi, I'm Jane King, and this is New to the Street, in person back here at the NASDAQ market site in New York City. This show is all about public, private, blockchain companies, the CEOs, the founders, and the innovators, bringing you lots of opportunities to consider. Here we go. Hapbee makes the first wearable device that lets you choose your mood. And with me is the CEO, Jonas Stern, to explain how this, first of all, let's just see it, okay? So I'll hold it up, and we'll talk a little bit more about this in depth, but let's talk about the wellness market in general. How big is the wellness market?
The wellness market it's immense. It's almost $5 trillion, and it breaks down into a bunch of different categories. Wearables alone are almost $100 billion.
And they're becoming more popular. People are getting used to wearables.
You know, the thing about wearables, which is we find so compelling, is the vast majority, 95% of wearables on the market, are basically monitors, right? So you think about Whoop, and you think about Fitbit or Garmin or the Apple Watch. They're basically monitors that are giving you back feedback, biofeedback about how your body's doing, how many REM cycles you do, or what your heart rate is. They're precious few that actually do something for you. So this is just, most of the wearables are reading things. We're the other side of the coin where we actually help you optimize your wellness. Okay,
so you have to tell me, how does this work? So I tried it, and we'll talk about that in a second. I put it around my neck. And wore for the hour that you're supposed to wear it. So how does it work?
So basically, and I'm not a scientist, but what I can explain to you basically is every compound that we ingest, think coffee, think nicotine, think CBD, every one of those compounds is made up of molecules. Every one of those molecules has a unique digital signature. That's what the scientists figured out. If you will, they sing a little song. And the song that they sing is received or heard by the bioreceptors in your cells. And I know that sounds really weird, but if I would have told you 5 years ago that you could charge a phone without plugging it in, would you have believed me? Or that you could broadcast a signal without wires? Your body works on signals exactly the same way. And when these compounds are present and they sing their little song to your brain or to cells in your body, they know it's present.
Yeah, okay, so I'm going to tell you my story. So I had a long list of things to do on Sunday. I had to write a speech, I had to do a proposal, I had to get my work done for Monday. There was like 4 kind of big things I had to do. Very unmotivated. I was like, I'm just going to try this. I put it on. I did the email mastery because I knew we were doing the interview. And I got done with everything early. Okay, so I don't know, like, if this is a psychological thing or what, but I want to give it a few more tries. But
the number one use, so you just nailed the number two use for the product, which is focus.
Okay.
Focus and attention. If you think about the things that you would otherwise need to do to gain focus or attention, drink coffee, smoke cigarettes, take a pill of some sort, all of those things are attached with all kinds of negative side effects. You don't want to be doing that to your body. You can just simply play the blend that gives you the same effect without any side effects. And that's the beauty of the product. The number one use of the product is sleep.
Sleep, okay.
60%,
well, I could use that too.
yeah, 60% of Americans can't sleep at night. They either can't fall asleep or they can't stay asleep. That was my problem. And the reason I got involved with the product and with the company is I tried it. And I slept like a baby.
Interesting. Okay, I'm going to try that one too, because there was creativity in the email mastery that I did, and the sleep and like meditation, and there were quite a few different applications on there. How do you monetize this technology?
Well, it's kind of like a two-step. We sell the device. So the device basically is a delivery mechanism for the blends. That's the content. And then we charge a subscription fee. If you want access, right now we've got 25 blends. Like you said, they're all lifestyle blends, relax, do work, be focused. And if you want access to all of them, there's a subscription. But 2 blends come bundled with the device.
And what is your sales strategy?
A variety of different distribution. We have a big direct-to-consumer strategy. To date, all of our growth, and again, extremely compelling for me coming in as the CEO, has been word of mouth. People who use the product come back to us and they tell their friends that it has effectively changed their lives. They're more focused, they're able to control their sleep patterns. We work with professional athletes, with entertainers, with people in business. They're our best salespeople. But as we look to scale the business, a comprehensive direct-to-consumer strategy, a strategy where we're going to be having the product fulfilled through third-party retail. And a lot of people are now starting to create blends of their own. Think Spotify for moods. They're starting to create blends on our platform, and they're bringing their followers to the platform.
Oh, interesting. Well, I did tell some people about it, and I promised I would try it a couple more times before I, just make sure it wasn't some kind of weird thing. But I tell you, I mean, it really did. I was done earlier than I ever have been with all that work I had to do. What about your gross margins on sales?
Gross margins are strong, about 70% on the product itself, which gives us lots of latitude to participate with third parties where we can share some of the revenue. And then, of course, the SaaS or subscription, that's a nice high margin business. So those two things together really are the undercurrents of a business model that can scale quite profitably.
Okay. And your long-term strategy?
In the short term, it's all about devices and content.
Okay.
In the long term, it's about building this capability into other products. Think car. You're driving down the highway at night and you're falling asleep. It's usually a little bit of AC/DC and a big gulp to stay awake.
Roll down the window, yeah.
But what if it's built into the seat back of your car? Your seat back of your car can do temperature, can do massage. Why can't it give you caffeine? Well, the answer is it could. So we really see building Hapbee and Hapbee technology into other people's user experiences and other people's products.
Okay, very interesting. Thank you so much for coming in. I'll keep you up to date on my other experiences with it.
Appreciate it.
Jonah.
Keeping your four-legged friends healthy can certainly be a challenge, especially with painful joint diseases like osteoarthritis. If you see a change in your animal's mobility, contact your veterinarian and don't wait. Today, veterinarians have a new tool against joint disease. Introducing Spring with OsteoCushion technology. The natural-derived product has the ability to help your animal move more freely. Put the spring back in their lives for a longer, happier life.
Helios DX is defining a new era of reliable laboratory testing with fast, accurate results. With a full range of services including urine toxicology, behavioral toxicology, infectious disease, allergy, and other popular test menus. Helios DX, an alternative to national diagnostic laboratories, provides value to patients and physicians through personable and reliable services. To learn more, visit heliosdx.com/labs.
Cyber attacks are a global threat affecting consumers and companies. Whether you're using your computer or mobile device to bank, shop, or work remotely, your privacy and corporate data are at risk. For over 20 years, Strikeforce Technologies has developed some of the world's leading cybersecurity solutions. Millions of users around the world have put their trust in us to protect what matters most. Your privacy and data are your business. Protecting it is ours. Visit StrikeForceTech.com today.
Secure, the true solution for your digital privacy and security. Secure is a private and secure messaging and email solution hosted in Switzerland, using military-grade encryption and Swiss privacy laws, giving you true privacy. Secure is 100% private and does not collect or sell any of your personal data. Secure's Helix technology connects you securely to our Swiss servers without the need of a VPN, guaranteeing privacy and security for all your communications. Secure Messenger doesn't require your phone number or any personal data that hackers target. Chat by Invites allows you to chat privately and securely with anyone outside of your secure network without the need for others to download Secure. Secure Send offers you a private and secure way to email anyone outside of Secure. You won't find this level of privacy or security on any other email or instant messaging application. Visit secure.com. Regain and protect your privacy today.
PetProducts.com. Thousands of products. An Al Simon Wee Wee Pad Inventor Company.
Cyber attacks are a global threat affecting consumers and companies. Whether you're using your computer or mobile device to bank, shop, or work remotely, your privacy and corporate data are at risk. For over 20 years, Strikeforce Technologies has developed some of the world's leading cybersecurity solutions. Millions of users around the world have put their trust in us to protect what matters most. Your privacy and data are your business. Protecting it is ours. Visit StrikeForceTech.com today.
The Paypolitan platform will use blockchain technology, smart contracts, and open banking APIs to provide a next-gen billing solution that meets the needs of modern payment systems for businesses and customers. With me is CEO Nils Thuran-Ortiz. Nils, great to see you again.
Hello, Jane. Thank you for having me again.
So tell us more about Paypolitan for our audience who may not have seen some of the previous interviews.
Right. So in a nutshell, Paypolitan is a payment app. It's, I would say, half Apple Pay, half MetaMask. You can connect your existing wallets and do crypto payment that you can download for free from Apple and Google Play. And you simply connect your existing wallets or bank accounts. For the time being, you can use it for crypto payments. And by end of the year, we will also add the cash payments. So you can simply use your smartphone, but there is no credit card in our system. So it's only debiting your existing bank account or your existing wallet. And last but not least, let's say you want to buy a laptop that's $500. You say maybe that's a bit a lot just before Christmas, or right now, Black Monday, I still want to keep some funds, and then you can purchase this with instant credit, which we're implementing right now.
So, and how many people do you have working for you now? I know you've got different offices globally. You've had some pretty good growth lately, right?
That is correct. So we had a tremendous growth. A year ago, we were 5 people at Paypolitan. And right now, a year later, we're 95 people working at Paypolitan already. So that is a very steep growth. And we're very proud as a startup. There's also creating some obstacles and challenges in terms of management. I have to say, so we're still a startup, but now we also have to structure certain procedures in order to manage so many people.
Yeah. So where are you now?
Right now, I'm here in Kiev at our premises. We have here with our IT team, we have 15 developers in Ukraine working for Paypolitan.
And then what about the sales team? So are they spread out? How are they doing?
We spoke in August. I was training the first 12 sales agents, and I was just back to Kosovo before last week, and I trained another 40 operators. So right now we have a team of over 50 agents in our sales team. They are distributing our app, of course, to users, and also selling the EPAN token to investors. So we have a very strong growth.
Okay, and I want to get your take on the announcement from China this week that there were essentially, I mean, you could hold crypto, but you couldn't trade it and really do anything with it. I heard a lot, I mean, of course, it sent the price down immediately, but I did also hear people say, we've kind of heard this from China before. What's your take on the Chinese announcement?
Well, it's not the first Chinese crackdown on crypto. We experienced that in 2017 already. And we have seen in the past, there are always niches also for Chinese in order to continue with crypto. And crypto is decentralized. So China is a centralized state. So I hardly see how a centralized state can stop a decentralized solution. What will happen is all those miners and companies who did mining or crypto-related business in China, they will move to different jurisdictions like Hong Kong or Singapore eventually. So there was a reaction by the market, of course. We could see it in Bitcoin and Ether. They dropped shortly, but Ether, for instance, today, they're back to the 3,000s. So we have to monitor this, but in the past, we have experienced, if you look through the history of blockchain, there have been many measures by the Chinese government in order to control that movement, because the government, of course, wants to control anything financial sphere in China. But blockchain and crypto in itself, you cannot stop because, as I said, it's decentralized.
Right. Very interesting. Well, it's, as always, interesting times in this industry. So thank you so much, Nils, for coming, updating us, and giving us your perspective on what's going on in the cryptocurrency markets right now.
Thank you very much, Jane, and glad to see you back on NASDAQ.
Yeah, it's great to be back, and look forward to having you here in the studio.
Need hearing aids? Tired of paying $5,000 or more? Tired of making multiple trips to have your hearing aids adjusted? Now you don't have to. Our Hear IQ 4 medical grade hearing aids are fully rechargeable, Bluetooth compatible, and start at under $1,000 for a complete set or monthly payments of $44. Our hearing aids are self-adjusting using any smartphone and features remote programming by hearing care professionals without you ever leaving home. Order your pair today at myheariq.com.
Your four-legged friends healthy can certainly be a challenge, especially with painful joint diseases like osteoarthritis. If you see a change in your animal's mobility, contact your veterinarian and don't wait. Today, veterinarians have a new tool against joint disease. Introducing Spring with OsteoCushion technology. The natural derived product has the ability to help your animal move more freely. Put the spring back in their lives for a longer, happier life.
Helios DX is defining a new era of reliable laboratory testing with fast, accurate results. With a full range of services including urine toxicology, behavioral toxicology, infectious disease, allergy, and other popular test menus. Helios DX, an alternative to national diagnostic laboratories, provides value to patients and physicians through personable and reliable services. To learn more, visit heliosdx.com/labs.
Cyber attacks are a global threat affecting consumers and companies. Whether you're using your computer or mobile device to bank, shop, or work remotely, your privacy and corporate data are at risk. For over 20 years, Strikeforce Technologies has developed some of the world's leading cybersecurity solutions. Millions of users around the world have put their trust in us to protect what matters most. Your privacy and data are your business. Protecting it is ours. Visit StrikeForceTech.com today.
Secure, the true solution for your digital privacy and security. Secure is a private and secure messaging and email solution hosted in Switzerland, using military-grade encryption and Swiss privacy laws, giving you true privacy. Secure is 100% private and does not collect or sell any of your personal data. Secure's Helix technology connects you securely to our Swiss servers without the need of a VPN, guaranteeing privacy and security for all your communications. Secure Messenger doesn't require your phone number or any personal data that hackers target. Chat by Invites allows you to chat privately and securely with anyone outside of your secure network without the need for others to download Secure. Secure Send offers you a private and secure way to email anyone outside of Secure. You won't find this level of privacy or security on any other email or instant messaging application. Visit secure.com. Regain and protect your privacy today.
FET is bringing artificial intelligence to the masses on a decentralized platform. And I've also got BitBoy with me, a YouTuber, podcaster, crypto enthusiast. So we're just going to chat a little bit about the industry and where things are. And it's been quite a year for crypto. I feel like, of course, we had record highs a couple of times. We have seen it, I feel like, become more mainstream with NFTs and things like that. I mean, Hamayan, CEO of FET, can you want to talk a little bit about how you see this industry right now, and then we'll go to BitBoy?
Yeah, it's great to be here, and it's great to have BitBoy here, which is they have been we've been liked by BitBoy for quite a while now, so it's always a pleasure to be here with you, Ben. Nice to meet you.
Thank you.
And so. Yes, the market is crazy. The market is crazy, but in a good way, I think, because we are seeing a lot of adoption. I think we're seeing an evolution. So this is kind of very evolutionary in the way we're going. So we're starting from always the financial and the trading, and we're starting to now move to the next stages of adoption, which is obviously we looked at NFTs coming across, which have actual value or purpose. And then we went into metaverse, where you can actually start looking at different ways and different business models. So very exciting times. We feel, yes, prices are prices, but you have to kind of keep on building, which is what the premise crypto is built on. Mm-hmm. We just keep building and bringing new technology.
Yeah. And BitBoy, I feel like at the beginning of this year, Bitcoin was still kind of mysterious to people. And just crypto in general. But I feel like now more people are talking about it. More people are getting what's about. I don't know if it's an inflation story or what. I mean, how do you see it on the front lines?
Yeah, I definitely think there are a lot of people out there who have taken what we call the orange pill. That's what we call Bitcoin. It's the orange pill. It changed the way that you see things. There has definitely been an increased amount of interest and when prices go up, that's natural. But even with prices not, blowing us away that they blew away the increases in 2017, there is still a much higher interest in crypto today. And I think that's super fascinating. But what I would say is we still have this giant chasm that exists between in the knowledge gap and the learning curve between people that are interested in crypto and those that don't really care or don't really understand that this is the new technology that's taken over the world. I mean, it would kind of be like going back to 2007 over the summer and trying to explain like iPhones to people. Like the iPhone was out, it was brand new, but people were like, I don't care about a touch screen. I don't need to learn how to use this. But it would only be 10 years and basically everybody would have a smartphone and you would be forced to use them. And that's where we're at with crypto. Same thing with the internet, of course. You know, like you go talk to a business in 1993 and you're like, this internet thing, you kind of need a website. And they'd be like, no, we do traditional, we're brick and mortar. Well, that business is dead today if it didn't adopt, you know, or didn't, evolve into an internet, having an internet presence. So same thing with crypto. We got a lot of people that are still in that camp of they don't know, they don't understand, they don't care. But those people will be forced to come, forced to come to the, where they have to do crypto, adoption as it goes more mainstream.
Yeah. Well, and you have, speaking with Fetch and Humayun, I mean, that company has like piqued your interest a little bit. I mean, can you talk a little bit about what you like about Fetch?
Yeah, well, Fetch has been a project that's been building for a long time and has been constantly making updates and moving forward, where a lot of the projects that launched around the same time that they launched, they're gone. They're dead. A lot of AI projects specifically. AI was really one of these buzzwords back in 2017. I mean, we had Matrix AI was one a lot of people remember. I think it's still around and kicking, but just barely. A lot of AI projects, try to take advantage of the hype around artificial intelligence, especially as, Sophia the robot was getting more popular, and as Elon Musk and all his work with AI and stuff like that, people were very interested, but then they didn't want to build anything. Like really the one of the fascinating things about the future of crypto is we know where we're going to. We know what adoption looks like. We know AI is going to take over, but having these projects to step up in the midterm and actually build the things and the protocols and the functionalities to get us to that future, that's where we're at right now. We feel like Fetch AI definitely is one of those projects doing that.
Yeah. So let's talk about what you see for crypto. What's the next big thing, would you say, in this industry? Humayun, you want to go?
I think that's, again, we talked about natural progression. So if you look at what was happening 3 or 4 years ago, it was all just about Bitcoin. Then along came Ethereum, and suddenly we are actually building applications. That trend is going to continue. I think what Ben was saying was, people need to build these solutions. So AI is coming to crypto, AI is coming to decentralization, but somebody has to build it. So what I see coming in the next few years is more interesting applications. It's not just about financial, it's also about how this world is going to evolve with this new technology, how we're going to become, again, decentralized is an overused word, but truly how this business is going to evolve and change, how money is going to change, and based on that, how our lives are going to change for interconnecting with peer-to-peer. That's going to become more and more important. I mean, this pandemic has taught us something, which is, it's not just about centralized companies. There's other ways to go out in the market, build new marketplaces, build new business models, which are going to thrive over the next 10, 15 years. And that really is what Fetch is trying to do. We're trying to build those tools. We're trying to build those frameworks where people can use these new technologies in real world business applications.
Thank you so much for coming. Always so interesting, Humayun and BitBoy. Look forward to the new year and your thoughts as we see what happens.
Been a pleasure. Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
Helios DX is defining a new era of reliable laboratory testing with fast, accurate results. With a full range of services including urine toxicology, behavioral toxicology, infectious disease, allergy, and other popular test menus. Helios DX, an alternative to national diagnostic laboratories, provides value to patients and physicians through personable and reliable services. To learn more, visit heliosdx.com/labs.
Cyber attacks are a global threat affecting consumers and companies. Whether you're using your computer or mobile device to bank, shop, or work remotely, your privacy and corporate data are at risk. For over 20 years, Strikeforce Technologies has developed some of the world's leading cybersecurity solutions. Millions of users around the world have put their trust in us to protect what matters most. Your privacy and data are your business. Protecting it is ours. Visit StrikeForceTech.com today.
Need hearing aids? Tired of paying $5,000 or more? Tired of making multiple trips to have your hearing aids adjusted? Now you don't have to. Our Hear IQ 4 medical grade hearing aids are fully rechargeable, Bluetooth compatible, and start at under $1,000 for a complete set or monthly payments of $44. Our hearing aids are self-adjusting using any smartphone and features remote programming by hearing care professionals without you ever leaving home. Order your pair today at myheariq.com.
Richard Protagalidad is the CEO of SFIO's newly formed technology and software division, joining the asset management company's leadership after their recent acquisition of software development group LeanTech Network Systems. So, Richard, thank you for joining us all the way from the Philippines. I know it's very early there.
Yeah, thanks, Jane. Thank you for having me, Jane.
Great. So before we get into all the things that SFIO is doing in terms of tech, can you give us just some broad stroke updates on what the company's been doing lately?
Yeah, sure. As you mentioned, I recently joined SFIO. After a series of major acquisitions, the group made just last quarter. So following that, the first thing I'd like to mention at the top of our conversation today is that we just submitted the supplemental information to remove the shell status of our OTC ticker, as well as submitted our third quarter financials following the formal acquisition of our new subsidiaries last August 20. I'm excited to say we're really revving up for a period of hyper-growth and digital transformation. As the CEOs of SFI's technology and software division, my job has been to identify opportunities for us to deploy bleeding-edge technologies in both mobile and systems innovation like smart contracts and decentralized ledgers to take SFIO's operations into the future. One thing I can say for sure is this is going to be an exciting couple years for the SFIO community.
Yeah, no, sounds like there's a lot going on there. So on the topic of technology, I mean, for a company that's really built their success around things like franchising, food manufacturing, coffee, things like that, software development isn't the first thing you think of with that. So expand a bit on your role and what you plan to do with the technology part of the business.
Okay. Well, before anything else, I think it's important to point out that SFIO has always been a tech-oriented group. We attribute a lot of early success to the development of our smart freeze technology, which continues to help ensure quality across our food franchises. But to your point, establishing an entire division around software development is a real commitment to the leading role by developing technologies that can play across our conglomerate. So of course, that includes streamlining existing operations by setting up more unified tech platforms, but also building an entirely new system to really disrupt the industries we operate in. I come from the startup world, so my job is to bring that disruptive mindset and marry it with the broad resources of SFIO.
Interesting. So you've got that kind of startup entrepreneurial spirit, and you did come from LeanTech Network Systems. So that was a Philippine-based software company that you founded. So
Yes.
Do you have any insights? I mean, what you'd like to share around what SFIO is doing with LeanTech? How is that all going to work together?
Okay, that's good. That's a question. I think what Jets and the rest of the team saw in LeanTech Network Solutions and its group of company was the shared mission. As you mentioned, through LeanTech, I launched dozens of tech projects already, spinning them off into their own businesses, all of which are now part of the SFIO community. More than a startup factory, Lintech has always been more of a startup enabler. What I mean by that is it's easy to build an app or a website, but to launch and run a company that has a shared mind to scale exponentially, that's more than just coding. It takes talent, and talents that needs to be developed. Our goal at Lintech was always to invest in that talent, to nurture engineers and designers by having them to embrace an entrepreneurial mindset and leaders in their own right. As an asset management company, SFIO has the same mission, to build leaders. By investing in talent, what we're really doing is giving them the best possible shot at long-term success. It's that shared mission across our firms that really brought us together. As we treat our organization as the sun in the morning, we also build stars at the night. And we want them to shine by creating and building the future of work. On a more personal note, when I founded Lintech, my original mission was to develop technologies that would be used throughout the world. With SFIO's expansion plan in establishing tech hubs in New Zealand, Australia, Dubai, and United States, that original mission is really becoming a reality in a very concrete and exponential way.
Well, Richard, I'll be very excited to hear that because I just feel like blockchain can help so many businesses kind of track what they're doing, especially I know you're doing a lot of things globally. So very exciting stuff, and I look forward to an update from you soon.
Definitely. Thank you for having me, Jane.
Thank you.
Cyber attacks are a global threat affecting consumers and companies. Whether you're using your computer or mobile device to bank, shop, or work remotely, your privacy and corporate data are at risk. For over 20 years, Strikeforce Technologies has developed some of the world's leading cybersecurity solutions. Millions of users around the world have put their trust in us to protect what matters most. Your privacy and data are your business. Protecting it is ours. Visit StrikeForceTech.com today.
Helios DX is defining a new era of reliable laboratory testing with fast, accurate results. With a full range of services including urine toxicology, behavioral toxicology, infectious disease, allergy, and other popular test menus. Helios DX, an alternative to national diagnostic laboratories, provides value to patients and physicians through personable and reliable services. To learn more, visit heliosdx.com/labs.
Need hearing aids? Tired of paying $5,000 or more? Tired of making multiple trips to have your hearing aids adjusted? Now you don't have to. Our Hear IQ 4 medical grade hearing aids are fully rechargeable, Bluetooth compatible, and start at under $1,000 for a complete set or monthly payments of $44. Our hearing aids are self-adjusting using any smartphone and features remote programming by hearing care professionals without you ever leaving home. Order your pair today at myheariq.com.
Secure is a secure messaging app and email platform. And with me, the CEO, Alon Gahi, to talk about where the company is now. And also, Alon, I noticed that JP Morgan Chase paid like $200 million. It was a huge fine because of the WhatsApp usage by its employees. So what was the story there?
Sure. Well, that's an expensive fine. Because even though they have billions, it is expensive because essentially the fine was for using, basically their employees were using personal mobile devices. Obviously they do. And a lot of time you have business email and personal email on the same device. We call it MDM, mobile device management. But most people, the problem is that the customer, let's say you're at JP Morgan Wealth Management, your client was a billionaire, they use WhatsApp and they have Gmail. So when the banker is outside of their work after 5, which is a lot of time after 5, that's when really business happens overseas and so forth. They use WhatsApp, they use email, and it's just a laziness, right? So you're going to use your Gmail, you're going to use your WhatsApp back and forth with your client, and essentially that creates a lot of privacy issue. I mean, I've seen so many times people putting confidential documents on WhatsApp. And it's not just messaging and WhatsApp. The email is no better, because when you email somebody outside, that email is going to be compromised. There's no security, except, of course, in our system, as we discuss time to time, when you send an email to an outsider. So they got fined. You know, a lot of time we talk to these investment banks, oh, we're okay, we don't use. They either say that they have the best system and they have super strict rules and they cannot use anything else. But then at the same time, you hear they're paying hundreds of millions because they just use WhatsApp at the end.
Yeah. I mean, it's unbelievable. And I feel like these hackers are just getting smarter. And I mean, it just seems like these are happening so often, and it's hard for these companies to prevent that.
It is. The hackers are getting smart. They know where the money is, which is the data. Obviously, they're going to go to financial organization, JP Morgan catering to the more upper crust of the society, you know, more wealthy people, and wealthy businesses, organization, financial organization. So that data is worth a lot of money. And the hackers are just going to have like a field day. In fact, they do every day. Every time somebody uses WhatsApp or a Gmail or something like that, which is completely unsecure. I mean, the security they have there, it's like saying I have a car with 4 wheels and it runs. Well, there's different type of cars, right? So there is a layer of some kind of run-of-the-mill, over-the-counter security on these communications, but it's not really something that a hacker cannot crack. So it's going to get only worse, and this is why we're entering the business sector next year.
Okay, so tell me again about Secure and how that platform works, how it can prevent these types of things.
Sure. So Secure, which is kind of an umbrella name for different product. We have Secure Messenger, Secure Mail being launched. We're going to have Secure Voice, which is voice encryption, and Secure Pro, which is like a Zoom thing. All of that being launched in Q1 and Q2. Secure is essentially a Swiss-hosted private platform communication tool. So what we do that's different is, first, we're not hosted by big tech platforms. So we have a higher degree of privacy and definitely a higher degree of security. We do not use open source coding, and that definitely gets you way more security than if it was open source. There's an article the other day that came out, again, with an open source problem. And also, we're in Switzerland. So if you don't use a US platform and you're in Switzerland, you fully benefit from the Swiss data privacy law, which dictates that we can't even disclose your IP address. So Secure is a messaging and email platform. It's an app. It's a web-based system, easy to use. It's just like having an email and a messenger like WhatsApp. What's very unique about what we do is we have a thing called Secure Send. Secure Send lets you send an email to somebody that doesn't have Secure, and still that email being protected, because essentially the communication never leaves our secure servers in Switzerland. So I'm going to send you a Secure Send email, and you can open it by clicking on a link. I can password protect that. I can put a time limit on it, and then you click on it, and then you do Secure Reply, and the reply goes back to me, and that whole transaction never left our server. So that's pretty cool. And we have the same thing with Messenger, which is quite revolutionary, where you can message someone, you can invite someone to chat, even if they don't have the app. And we're launching chat by invite using text message in January. So we're pretty excited. And that means that you can chat with anybody that doesn't have Secure. The JP Morgan guys, for example, if they want to chat with someone, you know, they all use WhatsApp, most people. But if they want to chat with a client, a wealthy individual and so forth, they can use Secure Messenger, guaranteeing both the JP Morgan and the wealthy client some privacy and security. That communication will remain private, and then it can be self-destruct. As a matter of fact, if I may segue into that, we are going to essentially install a new feature of the secure messenger, similar to the Bloomberg messaging application, which I hear a lot of people use just for the messenger, because in the old days, AOL used to provide that, but now they don't. So Secure Messenger will have an archiving system, so now financial institutions will be able to use it. We're also launching email for business in end of January, so you can have your business domain with that. So we're really going full on business in 2022, of course, on top of our consumer applications.
Okay. All right. Awesome. So I look forward to our updates, and especially as we get into the new year and some of the big reveals that you have.
Definitely looking forward to it. And I want to wish everyone out there in the world, and definitely our viewer, a very Merry Christmas.
Yes. PetProducts.com. Thousands of products. An Al Simon Wee Pad Inventor Company.
Cyber attacks are a global threat affecting consumers and companies. Whether you're using your computer or mobile device to bank, shop, or work remotely, your privacy and corporate data are at risk. For over 20 years, Strikeforce Technologies has developed some of the world's leading cybersecurity solutions. Millions of users around the world have put their trust in us to protect what matters most. Your privacy and data are your business. Protecting it is ours. Visit StrikeForceTech.com today.
Keeping your four-legged friends healthy can certainly be a challenge, especially with painful joint diseases like osteoarthritis. If you see a change in your animal's mobility, contact your veterinarian and don't wait. Today, veterinarians have a new tool against joint disease. Introducing Spring with OsteoCushion technology. The natural-derived product has the ability to help your animal move more freely. Put the spring back in their lives for a longer, happier life.
TradeStation offers online trading in stocks and options, futures, and now crypto. And with me is Anthony Russo, the Senior Director of Product Strategy at TradeStation, to explain what the company's doing in crypto. So, Anthony, I guess give me an overall view. What's TradeStation doing in crypto? What's the strategy?
Yeah, right now we're emerging into the crypto space. We've been going on at this for a few years now. We're launching new products to be able to expand to our existing clientele, which is more of the TradFi space. So we're actually bridging the gap, bringing TradFi into crypto, offering a subset of the top traded cryptos on our platform at competitive pricing, and providing traders access to the markets with some deep liquidity and great opportunities from a trade perspective.
And there's a crypto IRA, right? So how does that work?
That's our newly created product. Currently in the IRA space, from a crypto perspective, there's really crypto-centric IRAs that are available today. What's unique about our offering is that we're a multi-asset class full brokerage offering. So you get to trade all asset classes under your IRA now, including crypto. So not only that, you're going to get to access crypto through your traditional account structure, but you can also access crypto through an IRA account.
Amazing. And then there were predictions. I remember maybe over the summer, Bitcoin, 100,000 by the end of the year, 200,000 by the end of the year. Unless some miracle happens, we're not going to make it. I mean, any insight into what's going on in crypto right now? And how's the whole macro economy and COVID and everything impacting crypto and Bitcoin?
Yeah, there's been some great predictions. I know that the stock to flow model was one of those great predictions that people were following all along in the past few years and really hoping for this 100K marker, as well as a bunch of other analysts that have been predicting that. From our perspective and my perspective personally, the market is really starting to grow at a much larger scale. You have institutional flow starting to come into the space. Because of the size of the market, it's definitely not going to have these probably euphoric price price increases and decreases as we've seen in the past. So I think we're seeing some new market structure take place right now, which is actually probably a really healthy thing for new investors to come into the space.
Well, that's what I was going to say, because like I have friends who ask me how to invest, and I go, just be prepared to lose $1,000 in like 5 minutes. So, I mean, so I think that stability will be helpful in kind of the mainstream adoption of crypto.
Yeah, that's what we're seeing. And I think that's what it's really making it a little bit more friendly for those who are just really getting started, trying to find a way to get in a leg into this space. That volatility is probably still going to exist. It's not going away. All markets like volatility. That's why people come and trade. That's why we have customers that come to us each and every day. But I would say that we're getting definitely a different market structure that's forming right now, which actually is pretty exciting to see.
So how could somebody find out more about what TradeStation offers for crypto?
Best is to go to tradestation.com or to go to TradeStation Crypto. Either way, there's going to be all the information there for you to be able to get started and learn about what our offering has, along with our IRA offering. You're going to notice that we do not have any crypto custody fees, which is really unique in the space. There's all the list of fees and structures all on our page, very transparent, which is also very important, I think, from this space coming forward.
Okay. Thank you so much, Anthony, for joining us.
Thank you very much.
Cyber attacks are a global threat affecting consumers and companies. Whether you're using your computer or mobile device to bank, shop, or work remotely, your privacy and corporate data are at risk. For over 20 years, Strikeforce Technologies has developed some of the world's leading cybersecurity solutions. Millions of users around the world have put their trust in us to protect what matters most. Your privacy and data are your business. Protecting it is ours. Visit StrikeForceTech.com today.
Helios DX is defining a new era of reliable laboratory testing with fast, accurate results. With a full range of services including urine toxicology, behavioral toxicology, infectious disease, allergy, and other popular test menus. Helios DX, an alternative to national diagnostic laboratories, provides value to patients and physicians through personable and reliable services. To learn more, visit heliosdx.com/labs.
First Wave Biopharma is a clinical stage biopharmaceutical company specializing in treatments for gastrointestinal diseases. And with me is CEO James Sepperstein to talk about the year that we are close to ending and then also next year as well. So welcome, James.
Thanks for having me.
Now, I understand you have 2 treatments for GI in the pipeline. So explain those. Where do those stand?
Sure. We have two compounds. One is adrulipase. Adrulipase has been with the company since 2014, and some people refer to it as MS-1819, but the new name is adrulipase, and it's for exocrine pancreatic disorders. We finished 2 studies in 2021, 2 phase 2 studies, one in monotherapy versus Creon, which is AbbVie's product for cystic fibrosis, and one in combination therapy, where we add a little bit of adrulipase to some of these, like Creon or some of the other perks, and we had very good results there. The issue at hand is we did not achieve the end clinical result that we wanted in one of our studies. So we realized we have a formulation issue, and we're in the midst of conducting all those experiments. So we should have those completed by first quarter to second quarter next year, and then we'd go into a much smaller bridging study before phase 3. The second program second product is niclosamide, where we actually had licensed in niclosamide for COVID and for checkpoint inhibitor colitis late last year, actually the last day of the year. And then this year, we decided to purchase the whole company. You might recall our company was called AZRX. When we purchased the old First Wave Bio. We decided to rename our company. First Wave Bio is just a much easier name to pronounce and to remember. So we acquired all of the niclosamide assets, and we finished that deal mid-September. And we have several programs there. The first one, the one that's the most active, is a niclosamide for COVID-related diarrhea and COVID treatments. That we're almost in the middle of that study. We hope to get the readout first or second quarter next year as well. And then the other study is ulcerative proctitis, which is a form of ulcerative colitis. That study is being conducted in Europe right now. It's the main reason we actually bought the rest of the company. The data looks really good. We're really happy about that. And then the third program, we have an IND that was approved this year, was for checkpoint inhibitor colitis. But based on really financing opportunities and cash issues that a lot of small biotech companies like ours are facing, we actually put that on the back burner for now until I'm able to properly fund that program.
Okay, well, thank you, James. Happy holidays, and I look forward to getting an update next year.
Thank you. Happy holidays to you as well.
Thank you.
Welcome to New to the Street, everyone. I'm Anna Berry, and this is your secure segment, the weekly hack with Elaine Guillay. Elaine's with Globex Data, the leader in Swiss-hosted private and secure communications and data management. Welcome back, Elaine.
Thank you, Anna. Happy to be here. And Merry Christmas to anyone who's watching us.
Well, to our viewers, let's give a little recap about how we can keep our data safe and secure, private, especially with all these flaws in the system out there, not just from the big companies, but also when we are just wanting to shop online, when we want to buy our friends and family some gifts, or when we get these crazy promotions, right? I'm getting lots of promotions for all this free stuff. If I sign up here, you're getting them too. What should we do, Elaine?
Well, I like to go over my top 5 or top whatever list. In fact, I just got a text from Citibank, actually, funny enough, and it's telling me to verify something, and there's a notice prerequisite. So whoever is getting CITI debit, I use T-Mobile, but I'm sure most of the phones in the US are already public knowledge. As we may have discussed before, most of China has all of the data of all the phone numbers of US citizen. So if you get these kind of texts, don't click on it, just delete. In fact, block the number if you can. So you're going to get a lot of these texts that are very ambiguous. That says, oh, there's a notice, there's a thing, or JP Morgan even the other day. So don't click on any of the texts that you're getting, because your bank, if they need to reach you, they certainly know how to reach you, and they're not going to send you a text. So that's one thing. You're going to be online a lot. You're going to go shop, hopefully, fun stuff. So whenever you go on a website, please use a secure link. That means that the website needs to have the HTTPS letters on the URL. The URL is the address of the website. If not, sometimes they just have a lock on the URL. If you're really paranoid like me, you kind of hover over the lock and you want to make sure it's a legit certificate. I mean, that's advanced. But at the very least, go on a secure site. The other thing is, if you're on vacation or if you're in a coffee shop or in a hotel, anywhere, do not use Wi-Fi. Like, we all have great data plans in the US. We have tens of gigabytes at super high speed. So use your mobile hotspot. The reason is the mobile hotspot is going to be way harder to crack, and it'll be more secure than the hotel Wi-Fi or the coffee shop Wi-Fi or the resort Wi-Fi, wherever you are, the public space. Those Wi-Fis are not really that secure. And even if you're given a code of some sort, that's just like first layer security. It's like, I put one layer of super light security and I say I'm secure. I always say it's like a car with 4 wheels. It's going to run, it's going to get 4 wheels, and it's going to get you from A to B. But if you have a Land Rover Defender, you know, you can withstand quite a lot of shock, right? So I always refer ourselves as a Land Rover of security because we can withstand all sorts of shock. So no Wi-Fi, use your mobile hotspot. It's on the settings of your phone. Check the website, make sure it's secure. Do not reply or click to any weird text that you're getting from so-called banks. You know, I'm going to do this here. I'm going to block the number. And that's what it is. Or if you can't, you delete. Don't even click because you delete. Right. Or don't even reply because the minute you reply, it's like a clickbait, right? So things like that, just common sense. And if you're in a public space and you're in your computer and just going around and putting credit card information, make sure that there's nobody around you that watches your credit card number while you're typing and you're buying something. And also never, ever, ever save your credit card information on a website.
Wonderful, Elaine. Thank you so much. Thank you to all of our viewers. Thanks for watching New to the Street.
Come, all ye faithful, joyful and triumphant, O come ye to Bethlehem.